Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, stood before the cameras with fire in her voice and faith in her eyes. She didn't flinch. She didn't hide. She said it clearly. These charges are baseless. This is nothing more than political retribution. And that single line lit up every major network and social platform across the country. The tension was electric. You could feel it. One of the most powerful women in American law, directly accusing the president of trying to destroy her career for daring to investigate him. Now here's where the story gets even more dramatic. James had spent years investigating the Trump organization, uncovering what she called a pattern of fraud and deception. Courts later ruled that Trump and his company were liable. That wasn't her opinion. It was a legal fact. But when the tables turned and she became the target of a federal investigation, the question everyone started asking was, is this justice or is this revenge?
This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system. He is forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding, all because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General. These charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost. The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn sharp criticism from members of both parties. His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law, but to the president, is antithetical to the bedrock principles of our country.
For years, James built her reputation as a watchdog who never backed down. Her office's investigation into the Trump organization wasn't a whisper in the dark. It was a headline making pursuit that ended with a courtroom ruling declaring Trump, his company, and his sons liable for fraud. Judges upheld it. Evidence supported it. To her supporters, that was the very definition of doing her job. But to her critics, it was something else entirely. A political hit job disguised as justice. And here's where the conflict explodes into the national spotlight. After those investigations, the president allegedly moved to replace a U.S. attorney who refused to bring charges against her with someone known for loyalty to the White House. That decision set off alarm bells across the country. Was this the system working, or was it being manipulated? Was this justice or political revenge? Letitia James didn't back down. She called the charges a desperate weaponization of our justice system.
This is the time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice. I stand strongly behind my office's litigation against the Trump organization. We conducted a 2-year investigation based on the facts and evidence, not politics. Judges have upheld the trial court's finding that Donald Trump, his company, and his 2 sons are liable for fraud.
Think about what's at stake: the independence of state prosecutors, the limits of presidential power, the faith of ordinary Americans who want to believe that justice still plays fair. Every move in this case sends a signal, not just to politicians, but to the public, about whether laws still protect the weak from the powerful, or if the powerful now write their own rules. And that's why this story resonates far beyond New York. People across the country are watching closely, wondering, if a state attorney general can be targeted for challenging the president, what message does that send to every lawyer, every journalist, every truth teller who dares to stand up? Are we witnessing justice in motion, or the slow erosion of accountability itself? In my view, this isn't just political theater, it's a warning. The justice system is supposed to be the nation's moral backbone, the one institution that remains neutral when everything else becomes partisan. But when both sides claim the other has corrupted it, you can feel the foundation beginning to crack. And here's the most unsettling part. This story has no clear villain or hero yet. Supporters see James as a fearless crusader defending democracy, while critics see her as an ambitious figure hiding behind moral outrage. The truth may lie somewhere in between, but one thing is certain: the system itself is on trial.
I'm a proud woman of faith, and I know that faith and fear cannot share the same space. And so today, I'm not fearful. I'm fearless. And as my faith teaches me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. We will fight these baseless charges aggressively, and my office will continue to fiercely protect New Yorkers and their rights. And I will continue to do my job.